Welcome to Live at the Loft. I'm Kelly Guest.
And I'm Terry Knight.
And it's really, really cold. I'm hoping this is our last single-digit day of this particular winter.
And guess what? I don't think it's going to be. Tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
they're talking it's going to be colder, I agree,
that's Henry.
than it was this morning, which on the gauge, it was 3 below zero with a wind chill of 25 below. Yeah!
See, the
Embrace it.
only thing is, the only thing that makes me be able to handle this right now is the fact that it can only go on for so much longer. You know, I mean, there's only a certain number. I mean, seriously, May is, you know, we're within 2 months of May. I know, Henry, it's cold. So the clock is on our side, or the calendar is on our side now. But oh man, after getting spoiled with hardly having to wear a jacket in a couple days, it was like, whoa.
And then there's the whole maple syrup thing. I know, she questioned me.
What?
Well, maple syrup it's in March. Maple syrup is the time, and what happens
You mean
is
when they harvest it?
when the sap starts to flow within the trees when you collect the sap.
Okay.
And what happens is you wait for nights to be below zero, but then the daytime temps, you want those to be above zero, and that makes the sap flow. But you want it to happen before buds come on the trees, because after the buds start coming on the trees, then the sap doesn't flow as well.
Who knew sap was this complicated?
I know.
So if you're telling me that if the right conditions don't occur, temperature-wise, we can have a messed up harvest?
Yes, absolutely. And you need approximately 40 gallons of sap for 1 gallon of maple syrup.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I ask how you know so much about this?
Because we tapped our own trees right in the front, which is actually the driveway. There's 3 silver maple trees. You don't have to have sugar maples. Silver maple trees.
Okay.
And my husband made the taps, tapped the trees, collected the sap, and then you boil it outside. And it's a completely natural food. There's nothing you add to it. All you do is boil it down to take out the water.
So you have to boil it outside, like if you bring it in the house, it says no
it's a
dust.
sticky mess.
Oh,
It's everywhere because all the air is like cotton candy. It's unbelievably fabulous. And the aroma is just like, oh my God. But it is a mess. I mean, it's sticky everywhere because what's boiling off is the water, but the water is sticky.
Okay.
So you have an absolute mess.
Okay, I have so many questions, and that banging that you hear would be Henry having a really good time on the hardwood floors with a bone.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. All right, so you guys get the big idea that you're gonna get your own maple syrup, which okay.
It is so good.
Is it better than
Oh
Mrs. Butterworth?
Oh God.
Really?
Please. You know what, Mrs. Butterworth or Aunt Jemima, those, they're about 10% real maple syrup.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Honey, when you've had the real thing, trust me, you ain't never going back.
So and you get 40 gallons, you said, or 40?
Well, we didn't get that much. What we did was,
so for 4 days, and all this monitoring, we get this much maple syrup, right?
we wound up with 20 ounces of maple syrup.
And how many hours of labor
Oh
went into this?
God. There was probably over 6 hours just boiling. But then what he also did, my husband, because he's trying to be so authentic, is he collected the branches that fell from the maple trees to build the fire to keep it cooking.
Is this are you guys in some sort of kick about, you know, like buying local, like in your front yard? Or never mind that you guys get probably all the time and effort is probably, you know, a month's paycheck that you spent on 20 ounces of syrup.
Yeah, but it's fun. And oh my God, the smoky flavor that you get too.
Because you're
mixed
boiling
with
it
the
outside.
maple, it's orgasmic.
Did you make any salmon with it?
Woo! No.
Ooh.
Oh, that would have been delish.
Did you use it up already?
Oh, please.
Okay.
That was last year. This year we're still working. Well, that's why the cold temps are kind of a drag because it won't get the sap flowing as well.
Interesting. Well, I'm not a big pancake and, you know, the things that most people would use, but I have had salmon made, and there's a bazillion recipes out there with maple syrup and salmon. Promise me you will make that and report back.
I will. In fact, we'll have you over.
So this is Live at the Loft, and we try to go down certain topical paths. Sometimes we have guests and we do different things, but really it just goes where it goes.
And that's where the maple syrup came in.
I never knew.
Who knew? You're gonna guess.
Who knew? Let's go ahead and take our first break, and then we'll come back. I know I have an insurance situation I would like to discuss. What about you?
Okay, I would actually like to talk about the laws about being fat in other countries.
There are laws?
There are laws.
Well,
We'll be back.
Yes, we will.